What if I was to tell you that the only reason why you don't in this moment see your desire, you don't see the thing or the person that you're manifesting, it's because you got a brief case of amnesia. Yeah, literally, amnesia. You, as the supreme self, as the absolute, the source, you just simply forgot. And now's your moment to remember your true self. And, well, obviously, so you can experience the things, the desires, the manifestations that you've probably been spending a lot of time waiting for. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of yourself that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're doing. I certainly hope you are. I hope this video helps you to remember exactly who you are and to remember that you could be anything or anyone, any version of yourself. There are no limits. There are no limits. If you're new to my channel, how you doing? I'm Kimberly. And yes, I'm like this all the time. I like to have fun. And I like this, I don't know, spiritual side of YouTube, the manifestation community. I like it to be fun, lighthearted, not friggin' boring. So if you're like that, and you like to get what you want, just like I like to get what I want, then I think you should subscribe and be my new friend. Yes, and please let me know in the comments below that you did, because YouTube does not always tell me. So, today, what if I was to tell you, literally, like I said in the beginning of the video, that your problem, not that there really is a problem, but your lack of results, why you're not seeing, or at minimum, perceiving reality to your benefit, is you've got amnesia, my friend. You have amnesia, and it's time to remember your true self. And we are going to dabble in one of my favorite books on consciousness. Let me just give you the deets in case you're interested in checking out this book yourself. It's called Brief Tour of Consciousness, a cosmic book on the mechanics of creation. And it's by Hbic Bentoff. You see, I'm sure you've watched lots and lots of videos on conscious manifestation and what do you got to do to get the things you want. You hear all sorts of things. You hear, oh, you just have to go and affirm all these affirmations. You just have to go visualize all these visualizations or the scene of the wish fulfilled. You get told to embody that self. Just know yourself or decide to be the version of yourself that has exactly what you want. That's really all you need to do. You get told you just have to be aware. You also get told to listen, your source. Stop going into the character. Go back to remembering you are just source. This is just your avatar, your character. And I don't know, if I was brand new to conscious manifestation, all this shit would confuse the hell out of me. And I'd be super frustrated because you have to spend time figuring out which video or person in the video is telling you the truth. Well, why don't we listen to what Mr. Bentoff has to say about consciousness? And bear in mind, he's talking about what our true self is. Our true self, our true nature. We can call it God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, the I am, the absolute, or the supreme self. I don't care what you call it. Most of the time I say the I am, source, or God. They kind of all mean the same thing. The home of the supreme self is the absolute, the void. Then after a long time, this self sitting in the cold, dark void gets bored and wants to do something. Being creative, he wants to play. Since there is no work to be done out there, he does not need to earn a living, right? It's God. He finds no company and therefore starts playing with himself. Probably didn't realize how that was going to sound. He decides to play hide and seek because it's an easy game to play. He quickly manifests a blanket of ego stuff in the absolute, right? In the absolute, everything is possible. Then he separates a part of himself and covers it with the blanket of ego and goes, boo. Well, this is very interesting and delightful game. So he gets another blanket of ignorance of self and wraps it around the previous blanket, right? Layer after layer after layer of conditioning of ego stuff. This looks like fun, he thinks, and adds a blanket of intellect and a blanket of emotion, more ignorance, and a thick physical blanket, what you and I might like to call our meat sack. Soon, the part that is all wrapped up in ignorance and ego stops recognizing the original self. He is so involved in the goings-on inside his cocoon of blankets that he completely ignores and forgets his playful part. He is now down to the physical level of consciousness, the so-called physical reality, unaware of himself. He is like the king, so the tale goes, who puts on rags and went out among the people to find out what real life is all about. Unfortunately, the king became so involved in real life, he forgot about being a king. It seems that it took quite a few traumas to remind him of his real status. And so it goes with us. We are so deeply immersed in this rat race of ours that we have all but forgotten our real status. But the self in the void has not. He is still playing. Now and then he will lift the blankets and say, hi there. But most of the time we are too busy to notice him. However, he won't let go. And we will get another stimulus and another until we start responding. The self will be pleased. He will continue to stimulate us. Suddenly we develop strange feelings of inadequacy. Something is missing from our life. Is this the 9-to-5 job really all I want to do with my life? Isn't there something more to it? And so we start searching. We look to the west and we look to the east. We look into religions and cults. Sooner or later, things crystallize and we step on the path of spiritual development. So what am I saying to you right now? What is Mr. Bentoff saying to you right now? You are the I am. That is what your true self is. But we have been layered, and I mean layer upon layer and a layer and a layer and a layer and a layer of ignorance, of conditions. And we soon forget ourselves. And we believe that we are just this simple, plain old human. And that couldn't be further of the truth. And think about your own journey. How did you discover conscious manifestation? How did you wake up to knowing that yourself is the I am? How did you know? What happened in your life? What traumas did you maybe experience that led you to this great awakening? It's just like he says, we start questioning our lives. We start wanting more. We start seeing outside of what people say is the normal way to live the adult life. Go get yourself a 9-to-5 job. Go get yourself married. Go have 1 million babies. Go get your retirement plan. Then you retire at a certain age. And then you can go enjoy your life. None of that is true. All of that is a layer of conditioning. So does any of that ring a bell? And I'm sure you've had experiences where things pop up in your reality that you know that they're just weird. Like for me, when I was younger, I remember having the experiences of thinking of a song and then boom, it shows up on the local radio, or a store I just walked in starts playing that song. It would happen either the same day or the very next day, but what I thought showed up. Now, as a little girl, I thought, oh my God, I'm psychic. I've told this story a million times, so if you've been around my channel for a while, you may have heard this before. But I bet you had experiences yourself that you recognized that something you thought, something you pondered, showed up or ended up happening in reality. And Mr. Bentoff is saying that is just like God, the universe, giving you a wink, reminding you that you are more than just a plain old human. And then, listen, did you have a journey of looking into all different types of, self-development? Did you start questioning the religion that maybe you grew up under? Did you start dabbling in, psychic readings, tarot cards, Wicca, Buddhism? Nothing wrong with any of these things, but that was you in the search to find the point of life, your true self, the journey of figuring out who you are. The self likes that and keeps tickling us under the blankets. Sooner or later, one blanket of ignorance drops, then another and another. We start receiving intuitive knowledge about the system. The trip becomes more and more exhilarating. Now the self is really happy as he watches the process unfold. Finally, the last blanket has come off, and we are facing the self at the end of the tube. Welcome, says the self. Welcome home. And you look at him and say, and who are you? Well, says the self, I am you. Don't you remember, silly? Just a few eons ago, we were one and the same. We started playing hide and seek, and you got all wrapped up in your blankets and lost sight of me. But I kept watching you all along. Then a glimmer of ancient memories starts coming back to you. You realize that he is you and you are he. So you hug yourself. The quest has ended. Now you know that you are the self, the supreme God of this system. You also know that you contain the infinite void, and it contains you. In short, you are it. Like capital IT, you are it. Or we could say, you are the I am. I am that I am. Self-realization has occurred. Happy ending. Just so that you won't think that I have invented all this only for your amusement, I would like to quote from the writings of a wise old Indian sage, Shankara, who lived about 12 centuries ago. Here is what he says about this. On the vast canvas of the self, the picture of the manifold worlds is painted by the self itself. And that supreme self, seeing but itself, enjoys great delight. The end and the beginning. So you see, figuring out who you really are was, I believe, always meant to happen for you. Just like I believe it was always meant to happen for me, and I think it's meant to happen for everybody else on this planet. You just forgot. You forgot who you really, truly are as the I am. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the point of this video. How do you bring into reality the things you desire? You remember who you really are. You remember yourself as, let's use the example, maybe you're manifesting a specific person. It's time to remember that is also you, a version of yourself that's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. There is nothing off the table of what you can be. It's just remembering. Another word we can use is identifying, claiming it for yourself. I am that I am. That's it. That's manifestation as a whole. That's all conscious manifestation is self-realization, knowing yourself as the I am, as the true self, and choosing, saying yes to the things that the spark of desire comes in for you. Whatever you're manifesting right now that's got you looking at manifestation content is the desire that led you to wake the hell up and know yourself as the I am. And from there, You know yourself to be the you who has whatever it is you're manifesting. To experience the things you want in reality, it is only necessary to know what or who you really are. You see, everything else, every single technique out there, they're just guides and tools. But even those guides and tools, we could say, oh, they're guides and tools to get you to, get into a state of consciousness so you can have your desire. Those are also guides and tools to aid you in your own evolution, to wake up to the understanding that you are the I am. So if you are the I am, where is infinite potential? Where is the absolute? Where is the void that Mr. Bentoff talks about? It's within you. It is you. And it's more than you. It's everything. All there is, all there could ever be, all that ever was, is within you right now in this moment. And as you become aware of that, all we need to know is that. And that's how we get desires. And for some of you, maybe that isn't ringing true just yet. Maybe that feels like it's not enough. But I am telling you, there's a reason why we're taught all things are done. All things are created, or it is done. It's because they are. You just forgot. And as you move through this physical reality, you remember more and more and more. Your humanness might feel like, I never had this experience before. I don't remember, this experience over here or that experience over there. I didn't know about it or think about it before it showed up in my reality. You might not remember it in the physical. But as consciousness, you already know it all. And our little human brains can't even conceive what the void or the absolute really, really is. Well, just know that you being aware of your desire, knowing it's already done, knowing it's already yours, and there really is nothing left to do. Yeah, it's enough. It's enough. Now, maybe in some older content, you will hear me talking about embodiment. Embodiment is a tool. It's a tool. Putting the focus on the version of self that you want to be in order to manifest. It's a tool. It's just a tool. So this video isn't to get you to drop all your techniques. This video is to reconfirm to you that all things, all works, all of creation, they're all done. There is sincerely nothing left to do to manifest other than come into the understanding, becoming aware of knowing you are all that is. So claim it, know it, choose it, and all things will be added unto you. Desires will still come. The spark of desire will always be there. And when that moment comes, when you decide you want to experience something, you give it to yourself. You say, yes, I am that. I am. And life will unfold to give it to you or to present it to you in reality. It's really that simple. Don't start overthinking, no overanalyzing, especially if you're going too logical. You're God. You're a pure, unadulterated consciousness. Now accept that. Remember that. And know that everything you're experiencing is literally happening for you to have whatever it is that you're currently desiring. And on that note, let me just say before I go, though, if you would like to work with me in any way, shape, or form, all of that information is in the drop box below. My dog is getting excited. She likes that idea. But also, if you were ever considering joining one of my channel memberships, I highly encourage you to take a look at the VIP, the Advanced Manifestors. That is the group where we deep dive conscious manifestation. And yeah, we will eventually be taking a look at this book in that group, among many others, including any lectures, anything that, hey, maybe you've got an idea of something you want to deep dive. Join. We'll take a look at it. That's the group where we are expanding our awareness. Long story short, so we stop shitting ourselves over 3D reality. That's the point of it. But that group comes with some perks. And the perks are you get free access to all the other channel memberships. And just so happens, one of those channel memberships are happening tonight. The exclusive lives is happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the group where we talk about success stories and tips and tricks. But the VIP group is the only group that gets the replays, the recorded replays of the exclusive lives group. So it's a perk. It's a perk. But it also gives you the free access to join our hot seat group, which happens on Friday mornings around 9 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That's where you can ask me anything you want. The groups are beyond wonderful support. Support as you go through your own evolution. They're great support. And you will find that even if you don't get to ask me specifically a question, somebody else is going to ask a question that relates to what you're manifesting, because it's a reflection of you, which is what you're experiencing all the time in reality. Just saying. Okay, enough of that. Poop's done, and I'm done. We'll see you tomorrow.